All right, we're back. Personal Health Care Reform Talk Show on Pegasus Net Waves, taking your health to a higher level. And guess what? We're doing the show backwards today because we have a co-show. That's right. This is one whole hour. If you were on here before, I was on with Mr. Clayton Bailey, the home doctor with Green Scene Home Inspection. And now he's coming on my show. And so this is a whole hour of home health stuff going on here. So we're going to be talking... spring is in the air for the past 3 months because we haven't really had winter. So we're going to talk about some spring cleaning stuff. We're going to talk about what to do if you're going to put in some home equipment, specifically from a structural standpoint of the house, so you don't destroy the place, and a few other things like that. So, Clayton, thanks for coming on the show.
Awesome. Thanks for having me. I'm glad we can collaboratively do this.
Oh, yeah. And give everybody a little bit about your background right quick.
Yeah. So, Clayton Bailey Green Scene Home Inspections. We have a home inspection company. We've got 7 inspectors here throughout the Metroplex, and we do home inspections for buyers. We also do energy audits, and we do sustainability tips and practices for people, showing them how to live a little bit more sustainable in their home. So.
Yep, very good. And I know you've been helping out with the tornado issue over in Rowlett and Garland as well. So it's been great to watch all that over the past over a month now.
It's they say that in times of tragedy you get to see what the true character and the DNA and the makeup of people, and that is so true in that case. It's very interesting to see. For me, I live pretty much right on the lake, and so when I drive over the lake, I see all of I think of it from an environmental standpoint of all of the stuff that was just blown into the lake, and then, okay, well, now somebody's going to fish that fish out, and they're going to eat that fish, but what's in the water now that just got blown in there?
Yeah. If you've ever watched The Simpsons, you know what we're talking about. Blinky, the three-eyed fish. But yeah, thanks for coming on here, and we're like I said, we're going to discuss some issues with cleaning the house out for spring cleaning, because there are some issues with that, and because it's been a very, 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 very mild winter. In fact, we haven't really had winter yet, although it may rear its ugly head before April gets here, because El Nino pushes things back a little bit. So get ready, there might be a big freeze coming.
We need a real good freeze, or the mosquitoes are going to be just terrible.
So let's talk about that first off, right quick, before we get into this structural stuff around the house. Since we are going to be, it's just known we're going to have worse allergies and mosquitoes and stuff like that. And you got the whole Zika virus thing going on right now, which the Zika virus, there's bigger issues with what they've got in the water down there that may be causing the contamination. Not so much the mosquitoes biting you with the Zika, because that hadn't really been proven to be the reason for the shrinking head syndrome that they're having with the kids down there. But stuff doing in the water, very causative. So why don't we go through and start looking at for spring cleaning coming up, because that's going to be happening pretty soon here. People cleaning out the ducts, why they need to do that, how often, what that entails, especially when it comes down to mold and allergens that may be living up there. That are making you sick, especially if you got pets, and then we'll get into how to minimize any issues with mosquitoes and stuff around the house.
Yeah, so the cleaning the ducts is something that is highly important. It's one of the things that every time we inspect a house, we just say clean your ducts, have the ducts cleaned and swept. A lot of people don't pay attention to it anymore. It's one of those deals that everything that you put in your body, including air and water, is important. And so if you have created a very tight house for energy efficiency purposes, because we want to see that, and you have things in your house that are off-gassing, or you have pets and that kind of thing, and you're not cleaning your ducts, and you live in an old house, then there's no telling how long some of that funky stuff
that was a creaky old house right there.
It's I have seen just contractors and flippers, they come in and they put all new floors and cabinets, and they make everything look nice and beautiful, but the ducts are the arteries of the house. So they're the ones that are bringing life to all of these rooms via air supply. And so no one pays attention to the arteries, and so that's same thing. You're not paying attention to your arteries, and boom, it gets clogged up. Have a heart attack. That's not good. Well, your house isn't going to have a heart attack, but
you might.
your ducts definitely are full of just crazy, funky stuff, and a lot of people just don't realize that the flex ducts in the attic or crawl space. If you have vermin getting in your attic, and you've got rats or mice or what have you, I've seen it time and time again. They chew right through the duct, and they've got a little super highway that goes around your house that's heated and cooled, and it's nice and air conditioned, or it's heated in the winter, and so they're going to be in your ducts just running around, and they're peeing and pooping, and you're breathing that. So
it leads right to the kitchen, and they're eating well.
Yeah. So clean the ducts. It's a very important thing. A lot of carpet cleaning companies have the big equipment to do it. They're going to come in and charge you anywhere from $25 to $27 per register, and in some cases, if there is a mold substance in the ducts, they need to fumigate and kill any microorganisms that are in there, and then they'll kind of suck all of that fun stuff out.
And I had, I think you've had Wendy on your show as well, talking about ozone, using ozone to help minimize that or actually kill off a lot of the mold and stuff that's in the house. And if you get a chance, look her up, Wendy Michaelis, and her company name is Prozone. That's right. I was blanking there for a second. Sorry. Look her up. She has an awesome service for killing off molds and all kinds of stuff in your house using ozone. It's an awesome system for cleaning up the place.
And cleaning carpets too is important. I know there's a company out, and I'm plugging them, and I don't even have a right to, but they're the only ones out there that they use no chemicals in their carpet cleaner, and it's zero res. And
they're awesome. We've used them. They are phenomenal.
In our previous segment, we were talking about water filtration systems and reverse osmosis, and that's what they're using is reverse osmosis water to clean the carpets. And so they don't use any chemicals. They just use a very clean water. And since it's pulled of all of its nutrients, that water is starving for something, and when it gets introduced to all the dirt and the funkiness, it just easily takes it away.
It's a transport vehicle, so if there's nothing in it, it's find something to latch onto and yank it out.
Yeah, a lot of our old most people are changing their carpet in their home. When you buy or sell, you're going to change the carpet, but there are some of your older carpet paddings that do have that formaldehyde and some of that funky stuff in it that can off gas and do bad things, and so. A lot of people don't realize it, but if you're going to do renovations on your house, that's actually one of the most toxic times to be in your house. So people that live in their house during a renovation, bless their heart, if they only knew.
Get a hotel, get a room.
If they only knew the stuff that was getting stirred up in the air, because you've got any house that's pre-1978 is probably going to have lead-based paint. You've got, a lot of your old popcorn ceilings are asbestos. That's sprayed up there.
And I know there's a whole regulation on how you get rid of that just from EPA standards. Donna, this is for you because you've got me watching all the home flipping shows now. Watching them go through that, and anytime they have an issue with that, they have to contact the EPA, say we have lead-based paint, and they've got an entire cleanup procedure for those things specifically. That way, they don't get back into the environment and everything else, and they are costly.
Yeah, I had there's a company that I'm familiar with. I'm not going to name any names. I don't want them to be angry with me, but so they do asbestos remediation, and so they have to go in and bag everything up, and they tape everything off, and they go in all the magic ET spacesuits and clean everything up. Well, I asked him, I'm like, so what do you do with all this stuff that you bag up? Where does it go? And he said, well, the EPA says as long as we double bag it and we put 2 trash bags around it, then it's okay to throw in the landfill. And I'm just like, really? Are you serious?
As
long as we double bag it, we can throw it in the landfill.
That makes for a really bad sailor joke on leave, right there.
Wow. So it is rough stuff, but sort of those environmental hazards for small children and in old houses and lead-based paint, sort of when the kid is small and they can reach up to the windowsill and all of the sunlight that comes through and just bakes the windowsill, especially if it's an old house and single pane glass, that lead paint that chips up and kind of turns into a powdery dust, that's where kids get the lead paint poisoning. It's not just because they're in their house, it's because it's turned into dust.
Yeah, it's there. They can breathe it. They can touch it. It gets into your system easily.
But if you're renovating, then you need to know that to make sure that you're handling these things properly, for sure.
Okay, now we're done thoroughly scaring everybody about that. Let's talk about the outside of the house from from a mosquito perspective, because that's going to happen. I mean, we will start getting some rain eventually sometime here. So let's talk about mosquitoes, because that's going to be a huge topic this year.
So one of the things that I always hit with homeowners that are buying a house, and when I talk about the gutters and everything that's there, again, we just talked about on the last show, out of sight, out of mind. Nobody looks up at their gutters. But when I get on the roof and I see it, and they're full of leaves, and it's full of water, and they're not draining, all your mosquitoes are breeding right above your head, just 2 foot right above your head. And you wonder why you're getting bit. And because you're trying to spray everything on the ground, and you're trying to spray everything all around the
they're
backyard.
right above you.
And they're right above you, and you're breeding them because you won't clean your gutters. Clean your gutters.
Or hire somebody to do it.
You want to make sure that they're sloped properly so that you don't have a gutter that's not draining, so that it's just kind of holding water. I see it all the time. That's my number one tip for mosquitoes, is cleaning your gutters, making sure they're clean and clear. Oftentimes gutter guards are good, but then you can't actually see if there's blockage or stuff, so then you got to pop off that gutter guard, power wash them out or blow them out. There's some great attachment nowadays that you can just, there's little U-shaped sprayers that you can spray all those out with. Heavier foliage around the house is also going to be the main thing that is where your mosquitoes are going to hang out, because they can hang around those tree branches and shrubs and that kind of stuff. So it's nice to have all of that foliage, but just know that is the main area where they're all breeding, sleeping, living, and going.
I've got to ask you, because this pops up every year on Facebook and all the other social media things. The little Coke bottle mosquito traps. What do you think of those?
I have not had anybody that had any success out of those. It's funny because we live right on the lake. I mean, literally, you look out our backyard and there's the lake, and ours are real bad. So it's like Louisiana bad. Like when the sun goes down, there's this certain hour that none of the neighbors are outside, and there's a reason, because that's when they're the most active. There's a lot of things you can do to combat mosquitoes in the backyard, and you've got a lot of mosquito companies that'll come out and basically looks like a lawn and leaf blower, except there's a little nozzle on it that's also kind of putting that chemical in the air. I really don't like some of these. They're not a very long-term fix. And when we first moved in, it was something that we were really concerned about. And we talked to our neighbors, and our neighbors were like, "Yeah, they're terrible. Let's spray our yard and our backyard." So all three of us got together and sprayed our backyard, and we noticed that it worked for some time, but it was just kind of a bad deal, because now you're killing off all the lightning bugs and all of the other critters that were out there that are part of the ecosystem.
I know there's some great plants that you can plant in your backyard. Usually it's mints, it's marigolds. Usually a lot of the aromatics usually cut down on
the citronella plant itself is a very hardy plant, and I have one and it made it through winter, and I didn't bring it in. Of course, we haven't had a winter, but it's one of those plants that it is a very hardy plant. So the citronella plant itself, if you're going to be out on a back patio or something like that, to have a great big citronella plant just there is awesome. I hate spraying my kids down with all the insect repellents, and then you got to go wash it all off of them, and it just seems real wasteful, but it's just kind of part of it. But if you get the mosquito spraying systems, there are some out of there that are more of a organic spray that they're spraying, and so some people they have this little perimeter misting system that goes around, and they're becoming extremely popular.
Yeah,
these days.
I know EWG puts out their list of the top bug sprays for the kids and everything else every year. This way, you're not spraying them down with DEET and everything else, and you've got some good stuff that works incredibly well. They've got that, and I think they're starting to get into the other side of that, which is doing all the sprays around the house. They're getting everything set for those as well. So this way, you know what works. What's the best stuff on the market. This way, you get some of the effective, and it's not going to kill off the good bugs that you want to have around, and it's not going to kill off the little pests that you got running around called kids. Yeah,
and another great way, and a lot of people don't think about it, but a mosquito will not. They can't fly anything that's over a 5-mile-an-hour wind, or any kind of breeze. They're gone. So if you're going to hang out in a specific area,
get a fan.
Get a fan. So ceiling fans over the back patio, or just a regular floor fan or whatever. whatever, but if you sit in the fan, then you generally are not going to get bit, and you don't have to worry about it. So that's another great way to combat mosquitoes in the backyard. And then just making sure you're raking up all of your dead foliage and leaves, and clean all of that stuff up. So they like to hatch their little eggs sort of on those dead leaves on the ground. So there's a nice little tent or a shelter that's there, that leaf that's on the ground. So by not having it there, it helps tremendously.
Okay, and for this last little bit, let's talk about some structural issues around the house, because people like to put in home gyms, work out around the house, and do wild crazy stuff like pull up bars and in door entryways. So it's if you've seen YouTube, you know why not to do that.
Yeah.
If you haven't, just look it up on YouTube. It's hilarious. Anyway, so let's talk about structure right quick for people. Before they, if they're going to put in a home gym, if you have already put in a home gym, you'll know what you did right or did wrong right quick. And just from a house structure standpoint, the best places to put a home gym.
So I'll tell you the best place not to put it right off the bat. Sort of, a lot of people like to do, a lot of newer construction houses, there's a big family room that's upstairs above the garage. The garage is just a huge room, and if it's a 2-car garage, you think about the ceiling support and the structure that's there, and you start adding a whole bunch of weight to it. It's kind of like putting that pool table up there. It's a bad idea unless you go in and you beef up the wood that's up there. But then you got to take all the drywall out of the ceiling in the garage, and then you got to beef all that up. So I had a house one time where they did exactly that. It was a $3 million house, and it was someone who's very famous. I won't say who it is that had the house, but they put the home gym above the garage, and the outside of the garage, all the stone and brickwork was cracking, and the door header was sagging above the garage, and it put structural strain on the house, because they have a ton literally of weight up there that is not supposed to be there. So your engineers and architects, when they design these houses, they design it for a live load, but they are not really taking into account that you're going to have that heavy of equipment.
And then you destroy the value of the house.
Exactly. So, and then you make us call a structural engineer because you put a gym above your garage, and the structural engineer says there's nothing wrong with your foundation, and that's not why we wanted the structural engineer to come out. So it can lead to silly issues and silly things. But most of the time, the garage is a great place that we see for working out. People paint the floors. They put the pads down on the floor so they can drop their weights. It's not an issue. They can put the mirrors on the wall, and it's kind of nice to be in the garage sometimes where it's not an air-conditioned environment. It kind of gets that sweat working up a little bit more. So I would think that the garage is a great place for that.
So just for note, it's better to have your bench press beside your bins instead of dropping on top of your bins.
Exactly. Exactly. The making sure that those, if you are going to do anything that has any kind of weight to it, just make sure that there's, you're structurally sound for that. So if you have a very, 3 or 4 car garage, and you have that big room above the garage, not a good idea to add a tremendous amount of weight up there into it. So talking about sort of where is that Zen place in your house? We were talking about there's a lot of people that are moving here from all over the world, and where they have that sort of prayer room or focus room in their house that has to face a certain direction, that can't have any electrical outlets in it because you're putting chi or something negative in that room. But that's something that we're seeing pop up more and more lately in home construction, is kind of a little meditation room,
or it's got nothing.
So there's literally nothing in the room. There can't be anything in the room, and so it's a nice place for you to center yourself and focus and really have that maybe post workout meditation moment. So that's kind of a neat thing that I'm seeing.
They are going to be freaked out when they realize that all the Wi-Fi in your house is going straight through that room.
Right. They're getting some signals here that are mixing in. So that's a good benefit that we're seeing, though, of that's happening in new construction stuff lately. So it's a nice thing to see. Not only are people doing the gyms, but then we also have kind of that centering,
little quiet room where there's nothing in there.
There's nothing in there, and so you can have your moment to yourself to meditate and sort of bring peace, harmony back to yourself and your spirituality.
All right, great. Before we get out of here, why don't we give everybody your contact info, how they can get in touch with you?
Yep. You can reach us at greenscenehomeinspections.com or on your mobile device at gshi.co. And then on our website, if anybody's interested and you're here in the Metroplex, we've got a sustainability map where you can type in anything that you want to recycle, and it'll pop up and populate to show you where to take all of those things so that you're not just throwing them in the trash.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome. That's a great one.
Yes.
That's even better than my little home gym checklist. Thanks for coming on. And for everybody else out there, definitely check out Clayton's show. It comes on right before mine every week, on Thursdays. And same thing on Saturdays, especially for this one, for the co-show, since we're doing a 1 hour special here. So
yeah, I'm glad you had the house doctor on your show.
Yeah,
I
that's
appreciate
great.
it.
That was my only reason for actually bringing you on to be a host on here, was just to get you on my show for longer. But thanks for coming on. Everybody else, listen to his show, listen to mine, and stay with me, because now we're gonna hop on to Health in the News coming up right after this break. No, there's not a laugh track. That's Clayton. All right. It's not a laugh track. It's just us. All right. We're back. Personal Healthcare Reform Talk Show on Pegasus Net Waves, taking your health to a higher level. And, of course, we're still doing Live Lean 2016. Hashtag Live Lean 2016. That's right. Hashtag it. And I've got that on pretty much most everything I post now. That way you can see what's going on, no matter where you're at in the social media universe. For everything for the show, go to clintfuquay.com or personalhealthcarereform.com. Click on all the social media links, so Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, LinkedIn, Google+, YouTube, Spreaker. Spreaker's where all the old shows are at, so you can rummage through all the old shows. You should. They're awesome. And tons of other stuff. So, yeah, we've got all that. All the magazines, articles, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. All there on the media page on clintfuquay.com. So, check those things out. A couple things coming up very soon. I'll be up on the stage the first weekend in April at Stop Talking, Start Listening, or actually Stop Selling, Start Listening. Sorry. And I'll be up there with Mr. Robert Parkerson. He's going to be on the next show coming up. And, of course, you've already been listening to the show, because this show is running backwards. So you've already heard the entire show with Clayton on here. He was awesome, wasn't he? Big round of applause. Yeah, that's right. So we did a full 1 hour show with him. It was awesome. Actually, I was on his show, and now he's on my show. It's cool stuff. That's what you get to do when you're on radio and you're on the same network. And so you get to do co-shows. They're fun. So we got all that stuff going on. And I do recommend listening to his show every day before mine, because it's seriously awesome, incredible, phenomenal info. If you're in the home market, or if you're not in the home market, if you live in a home, if you live near a home, you definitely have to listen to his show before this one, The Home Doctor. So what else we got going on? We'll get into my health partners right quick. So we've got Kinesi for all my clothing stuff. We've got Ulta Labs for all your blood testing needs. They are phenomenal. Of course, it's springtime. Everybody wants to start getting lean. Hashtag Live Lean 2016. Icon Meals, go in there, use the code CBFIT, get 10% off your orders there. Custom-made meals for you. Awesome stuff. Okay, some of the best food that you're gonna taste, and it's healthy. That way, they do the cooking, you do the eating. See how easy that is? And the pricing is it's $5, $7, $9 for different protein options. Okay, making it very, very simple and easy for you. And of course, Human, helping unite mankind in nutrition. So if you got a company you want to put better vending in, get in touch with me. I'll get you with them. We'll get that set up. And that also goes through my corporate wellness programs, the ones that I run, and of course, corporate wellness through PhysioFit for all the gyms, the studio, which is 635 in Preston, PhysioFit, which is 121 and 121. Sorry, Trinity Mills and Midway. Those are the two clubs I work out of. And for corporate wellness, specifically PhysioFit, we've got an awesome program. We're teamed up with the ADA. That's right. If you didn't know, I'm actually on the board with the ADA now here in North Texas. So I'll be doing a lot of stuff with them on the Step Out and some other stuff. So get ready to hear more about that going on. And also, they have their own corporate wellness program called Wellness Lives Here. Fantastic program. It's all free. You must be able to qualify for that, and you know how you qualify for it. You contact me so I can get you with PhysioFit. We get you with our corporate wellness program, or I get you with ID Life and our corporate wellness program that's used by, guess who? Toyota of America and a bunch of other people. We're going to start talking about all the companies using our corporate wellness program because it is phenomenal. And it costs $99. No matter how big your company is. How cool is that? So there's all that stuff going on. Let's pop into some health in the news, and then I'm going to leave you with one last little thing from ID Life because we got brand new cool stuff going on. So first off, scientist who discovered that GMOs cause tumors wins his lawsuit. Basically, there's a whole defamation lawsuit against him, saying he's a fraud, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. He won his lawsuit against that, and so if you ever wonder why they don't want to label GMOs, look at his research. You will find out why, because it's 100% incidence. You will get a tumor at some point eating those things. And all this stuff is coming off of the Facebook page. Okay, this way you go in there, you like the page, you put it in your news feed, you see all the cool stuff that I'm posting on there. Why? Because it's awesome stuff. 7 medications you shouldn't take on an empty stomach. I won't list them. Why? Because I want you to go read about it. Yeah, that's right. I'm hooking you here, so you get onto the page. Coffee may just be your liver saver. So there's been some awesome studies going on with coffee lately. So if you got a hangover, if you drink a lot, you got liver issues, drinking some coffee actually does help out with liver regeneration. Yeah, Clayton is enjoying his cup of coffee right now, even more than he was before. So doing something good for his liver, one sip at a time. Good to the last drop. Yeah. Let's rummage through the rest of this here. Of course, it was Heart Health Month. I've got some great stuff on there from the American Heart Association about heart health because it's still a big, big issue. That's a daily issue, by the way, not just a 1 month. Okay. Johnson & Johnson. This was a good one. They were ordered to pay $72 million for cancer death linked to baby powder. Yeah, that's right. It's on the page. Read it. It's a fantastic article. They've actually got a lot of lawsuits out on them with baby products, baby shampoo, and all that other stuff that they put out there. Baby oil. Yeah, that petroleum-based junk. Please do not use that on your kids. So yeah, lots of lawsuits out on Johnson & Johnson right now on a lot of their products. I have the 10 most dangerous weight loss products on the market on the page. You really need to read through that one before you start doing weight loss stuff. And if you are planning on doing weight loss, guess what? ID Life, ID Transformation, put together by Jen Wiederstrom of The Biggest Loser. She's won 2 years in a row, 2 for 2. 2 for 2 and 2 for 2. Both her people won this year. So awesome stuff. One last little bit, because it's election season right now. So the ACA, Watchdog finds billions in possible fraudulent Obamacare payments. That's right, millions going right down the drain when it wasn't supposed to, going to illegal aliens and a lot of other people that shouldn't be getting money out of that system. So I'm not going to tell you who to vote for. Just think about who's out there and what they're telling you. And the last little bit here, of course, I'm partnered up with ID Life. We have a brand new website, and we have our brand new health score function. So go online, take your free health assessment. You get a free electronic health record. You can take that with you anywhere, everywhere. Give it to your doctor. Give it to your pharmacist, whatever. Send it into your insurance company. Get your stuff covered. Okay? Awesome stuff. Go in there, take your health assessment, and guess what else? I've got coupons now, 30% off. Email me. I'll send you one. It's cool stuff. Otherwise, come back, listen to the next show. And for everything else, clintfuquay.com and hashtag LiveLean2016.